If you Google David Leon, L-E-O-N, you're going to find out who this guy's worked with, who he's worked for. He's done home improvement with a lot of really major things that we're hoping at some point we're going to be able to tell because it's pretty cool.
We're trying.
Yeah, but Don Aslett really is a star here. And
Absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about who Don Aslett is.
Sure.
And then we're going to jump into the cleaner.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I know you know who Don is, but for you guys, you know, Don Aslett, he is the owner and he really started the biggest and largest cleaning company in the country. So we're doing corporate buildings, hospitals, you name it, that's what we're doing. And the thing is, like I always say, is that in those buildings, guess who also has offices? The CEOs, the presidents, all those guys. So we have to clean their offices and the big boardroom table. So they've got to be perfect and clean. And this little magical stuff right here, the guys who are writing the checks, we must be doing something right.
Yes, that's good. Well, I just want to let you know that over 47,000 of these have been sold on QVC. That's a lot.
Crazy.
And we're just making room for new kind of, you know, configurations. But call us if you use this. We'd love to hear from you. It is now only $15 for 2 bottles of this. All right, so let's get to what makes this different.
Well, so what makes this difference is that it's doing 3 things. It's really all in one. It's cleaning, it's polishing, and it's nourishing. And that's really key, especially I'm going to get right into it. And I'm going to show you all 3 aspects. So right here, this is a kitchen cabinet, right? So you can see how this is the one that was sticking above the stove with all the grease and the grime. And you can see how it's cleaning on here and it's taking away all the grease, the grime, the fingerprints, all that. When you're cooking sauce on Sundays, all the, when you're sauteing the onions and all the grease is going up, right?
Like,
so all that is coming off. And look what's happening. Now you're cleaning, you're polishing, like I said. Now you're also nourishing. And nourishing is so important because it's really holding up the life of your cabinets. It was once a breathing organism and it has to breathe to be able to stay nice and beautiful. So now, and here's the other thing that I love about this is that, and this is my favorite demonstration. So when your cabinets are, if they do happen to be around for a while and they're getting dirty and dingy and scratched, check this out. If, Mr. Camera Guy, if you can come on close.
Mr. Camera Guy.
Right, watch this. So I'm going to give a nice little scratch right there. Now imagine your dog or your cat or the kids scratching. Now watch this. It's simply going to basically disappear. And what's going to happen is that the scratch is still there, but the nourishing aspect of the cleaner is revitalizing the wood.
That's awesome.
It's really awesome.
It's so great to work with you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
This guy's a contractor. He's going to be the one who comes in and charges you $10,000 for your new hardwood floors that you got all gross from before because you didn't keep them clean in the first place. This is how you avoid him coming to your house and charging you $10,000.
Yeah, this is the way. Well, this is the way to do it, and we're really following Don Aslett's philosophy of keeping the dirt at the door, and that's exactly what these mats do. You know, I want to show you. The proof is in the pudding, right? So check this out.
That color, by the way, is the urban green. We also have a flint gray and a sandbar.
Yeah, and they're all beautiful.
They are.
Absolutely. So check this out. So this is the dirt. This is my boot coming home from work. Dirty, yucky, who knows what I'm stepping in, right? So check this out. A couple quick swipes. 1, 2, 3. Little on the towel.
Nice and clean.
It's completely clean.
You're right.
Look at that. Right? And how cool is this? And here's the best part about these mats is that before we started the airing, what I did was that I loaded in 5 pounds of dirt and dust and grime in this mat. So check this out. Look at this. Here it comes.
Wow. Look at all that stuff. It's not in your house.
No. We're keeping the dirt at the door. And like you were talking about being a contractor, so this is the stuff that I get called on. I get called on and be like, hey, Dave, can you come fix my floors? Can you come redo my floors? This stuff, this is what is eating away at your tile. This is what's scratching your marble. This is what's ruining your carpet. It really gets me, and the thing that I like to tell people is that, you know, you don't realize that each individual person is bringing in 10 pounds of dirt and dust and grime on their shoes every year, every year. Yeah, so that's a lot.
How are you?
What's up, bud?
Good
Pleasure.
to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you.
Good to see you. You know, a lot of the mats that we have outside don't do anything. Yeah, I mean, the dirt stays on top of them, and you just track it back in again.
It does.
Same with a lot of the mats on the inside. How is this different?
This is I'm going to show you how this is different. So I want you guys to listen to this, right? Listen to this. Ready? You hear that sound? You hear that sound?
Got some weight to it.
That has
So
some
it's not
weight
gonna
to it.
blow away.
It's not going to blow away. This is a high quality mat that Don Aslett has. He has all of these mats just like this in all of his properties. Now he has over 400 million square feet of property that he has to keep clean. And his number one philosophy is keeping the dirt at the door, and it's exactly what these mats do. When you're walking into somebody's house and your feet are wet and dirty, right?
Yes.
So what's going to happen is I'm going to spray a little bit of water on here, and you're going to see how these areas here are a little bit wetter. They're much wetter than the top of the top raised areas. And the reason why is because it filters down to the bottom of the mat, so that each and every time you come and wipe your foot off, it's cleaner and it's drier than the bottom of the mat. Now here's the really cool part, guys, is that if you look on the bottom of the mat is made from rubber.
Look at that. Yeah.
Right? So it's not going to go through the mat, and it's not going to mess up your floors.
Right.
And these little nubbies here, if you see these little nubbies, right? So these guys serve two purposes. One of them is it raises the mat up ever so slightly off of the ground. And what you don't want to do is create a moisture barrier so it ruins your floor. And the other reason is because it keeps it in place. Now,
really does.
Feel that.
In fact, I'm gonna get a jump on there.
You do that one, and I'm going to do this one.
That thing doesn't move. I like it.
Look at this one.
Yeah.
Right? This one, I'm wiping my feet off. It's not moving. Now check this out. Be careful, because I'm going to do the twist for you.
You might be.
Look, I'm wiping my
your
feet.
head on
I'm
that
all
one.
over the place.
Yeah.
So now,
these
which
things-
one would you rather have?
David, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you.
I'm
Thank
well,
you.
good. Hey,
Cool.
listen, tell me a little bit about Don Aslett, because I don't think I really positioned him very
Yeah,
well.
it's pretty amazing. It really is. You know, they're cleaning every single night over 400 million square feet.
I was
of-
pretty close.
It's a lot.
Of office
it's
space.
a lot of office space. Also, and they got over 5,000 employees. Every single night they're doing this. And you know how they're doing it? With these guys, Power Microfiber.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Want to see it go to work?
I do, because now I know that you only have to use water for the most part.
That's it. Yeah, no chemicals. All you're going to do is rinse it into tap water, wring it out, and you're ready to go.
And reusable again and again. Just to
Reusable.
show you,
Yep.
these are all the pads you're going to get along with it. So the 4 microfiber cloths here. These, what do you call these things? Like the tongue
I call them the purple scrubbies.
It's purple scrubbies. Okay, we'll say that. So you're going to get 4 of the microfiber, going to get the 2 of the purple scrubbies that still have the microfiber, just a little different kind of there. And then these guys are the dusty things.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Oversized, 7x14. They're amazing.
And then of course you're going to get the mop along with
Sure.
it. All right. So
let's check it out.
Okay,
so you
let's
know what?
do it.
Let me start you guys off with this is pretty much the #1 floor everywhere, is because it's a click and lock floor. It's easy to install, and that's what everybody's putting in. So watch this. Look how easy this is cleaning up. Watch this. Look at this.
So
It's
just with some tap water.
just tap water. That's it. And the reason why it's basically the reason why you want to use this mop is because the manufacturer says that they do not want standing water on this type of floor, because if you have standing water, what's going to happen is that it's going to go into these crevices and it's going to damage the floor. So what's happening is you can see it already. It's already pretty much dry. That's how quick and easy it's going. Purple scrubby time.
Okay, scrubbies.
So let's check this out.
Okay.
All right, so right here I've got toothpaste, I've got jelly, and I also have some ketchup. Now what you're gonna do is you're just gonna set it on top, and look how quick and easy that was. Now this has been sitting there drying for a while. Look at the jelly. The jelly is completely gone. It's almost getting gobbled up by the pad itself. That's completely
It's
gone.
like, I'll have that jelly.
Right? Here comes the ketchup. Ketchup, see you later, ketchup. Done. Right?
Nice.
Now here's the thing. Now you got a completely clean floor. Beautiful. Done. There you go. And it's getting into the grout lines. It's not pushing everything around. It's cleaning it up and it's sucking it in. Look at all the dirt and jelly and stuff that's in here now. Now this
I'm
guy,
actually really surprised it didn't stay on there. I got to tell you, so those little fingers, right?
yeah, well, that's what
Dave,
happened.
you're looking at me like, well, it was me. I did it.
It's definitely, look, if you guys can come in close, check this out, right? So you can see all the jelly and the ketchup and everything that's there. It really, what it does is that it gets in those fingers and it traps and it holds and it keeps everything right there. Now this guy, when it gets really dirty like this, go ahead and rinse it out under the sink and then go ahead and throw it in the water.
David, people stop you all the time and ask you, what is the one tool? I have to brag on David for a moment, though. HGTV here, do-it-yourself guy, work with Oprah as well.
Yep.
And so well done, my friend.
Thank you very much.
So this is the one tool that everybody asks about?
Yes, like we were talking earlier,
Yes.
I'll sit there and eat lunch in my truck and I'll hear a knock at my window and they're like, excuse me, and they'll tell me a project that they want to do, and what kind of tool that I tell them to get is this is this is an oscillating tool. This is a VibraRazor Platinum. And what it does is that it does so many things. I call it the multi-tool because it does so many things.
I cannot wait to see all of the things that it does. It's item number 465383. So we're going to go over everything, but I want to go over what's in the kit first.
Sure.
And then we have actually an upgrade kit too. Okay.
Okay. So here, start off. This is your heavy-duty contractor case. This is important because it's going to keep everything safe and it's going to keep everything exactly where you need it. Here's the actual Platinum itself. This is your wood and plastic cutter. This guy is fantastic for grout. It's got almost like little diamonds on it, and it eats right through the grout.
Oh, yeah.
See that?
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
And then this guy, the guy next to it, we've got the scraper. The scraper also acts like a pair of scissors or a utility knife where it's just going to rip right through everything.
Wow.
This is your dust extractor. This is huge because it hooks right up to the machine itself, and you hook it up to a wet-dry vac, and it sucks all the dust away when you're cutting. Now, you also have, it comes with 9 sanding pads, 3 different grits, and a buffing pad. The buffing pad is great for if you've got like a really hard stain on a hard surface, you'll buff it right out and clean it right out. I just want to show you all the things that we can do. 22,000 oscillations per minute, cuts like butter. Check this out. Watch this. I don't even need a vise. I'm going to hold right onto it. And it's going to cut right down.
Oh my gosh.
Now,
That is
cross
like
cut.
butter.
Watch this. Completely done. Nice and smooth. Now,
And it's lightweight too.
It's lightweight, 2.5 pounds.
Wow.
2.5 pounds. Now,
Okay.
if you were to try and cut this, you'd have a difficult time. You'd have to get like 3 or 4 different other saws to try and get this angle. It's not the easiest thing to do. Now, also, flush cutting. Flush cutting is something that you would have to do it back in the old days. You'd grab this guy and you'd go along the ground like this and start cutting it.
Okay.
Forget about it. Those days are over. Watch how quick and easy this goes.
Oh my gosh. Just like that.
Completely smooth.
In seconds.
In seconds. Now, do you DIY at all? Do you do anything?
You know, my husband does, and I watch.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I can do it. But I think if I had this, I could.
You know what? I think you can. And what I tell people, of course, is that, you know, one of the first things that people are starting to take on themselves. Here,
Right.
I'll come over this way with you.
Right.
And so the first thing that people are doing is that they're putting in plank flooring themselves because it's cheap and it's easy, and you don't have to hire a guy like me to do it.
Got
right?
it. How much
So-
do you charge?
I'm not saying. So if you sneak over on this other side here,
Okay.
I'll come right behind you
Right.
here. Right? So now I want to show you how quick and easy. Okay. Watch this. Now I'm going to cut through.
Wow.
Now, so now we cut right through that plank
But look
here.
how smooth
right?
that is.
Very smooth, and it went through. Otherwise, you would have to get like a big chop box, a miter box, and it would be very difficult to do.
Okay.
So now I'm going to show you how to undercut your molding. So what you're going to do is you're going to flip the board over,
Yes.
and you're going to flush cut it again. Look at this. Right? Now you flush cut it. You move this out of the way.
That is so powerful.
Right? Slide this. Now you're gonna flip this guy over, and you're gonna set it right.
Goes right in.
Right into place. Look at that.
Okay, got it.
David Leon is here. He is our carpenter, our DIY expert. You've probably seen him on all those fancy shows, doing fancy DIY things. So what's the solution to all of that? The Paint Zoom. The Paint Zoom has been one of our #1 top-selling items for the Do More events. We have sold almost 80,000 of them. This is the newest one.
Yes.
This is the most wattage we've ever. Am I trying to be?
That's right. We're up to 925 watts. The old the Platinum was 850. So it's got a little bit more wattage, so we can paint more in less time.
Okay, so here's what's happening. Over half the quantity is gone.
Fantastic.
Did you realize that?
Yeah.
And it's going to be coming up again next hour. So I don't want you to miss out because as soon as they're gone, we brought all the quantity in. Explain though what a Paint Zoom is.
Well, a Paint Zoom is, it really is, it's ideal because it takes away brushes and rollers. You don't have to use them anymore. And you can see, this is what you're getting. You're getting the actual motor here. This is the unit. This is the 925 watts. You're also getting a 1-quart container. You've got a 5-foot hose. And the spray mechanism is fantastic because it has all different types of adjustments.
Well, that's not very heavy.
How light. It's also 1 pound lighter than the old model.
Wow.
And we also, with the new model, this is a clip right here. And we listened to everybody's reviews and comments out there. And they said, hey, I want to be able to put it down. I want to be able to be hands-free if my phone rings or I need to climb up a ladder. So we installed this little clip right here. perfect,
That's crazy.
beautiful. Isn't it
but
crazy?
here's the best part of this, and
Sure.
it's the results.
It is. Look, well, let's show them.
Okay, because you're a fancy contractor, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody says, could I have some brush strokes? Could I have some lint left on the walls? Could I have some roller marks?
Yes, it takes a lot of experience to not paint that way, but experience costs money.
Right.
And if you want to save money, Paint Zoom Pro is the way to go if you want to do it yourself. Watch and see how easy
I
this is.
love this. Okay, go.
Watch. Look at the coverage. There's no brush marks. There's no hair from the brushes stuck to it. There's no fuzz balls from the rollers. Everything is nice and easy and simple. You're going to be able to transform any room you want on your time. It's your decision. You don't have to wait for the contractor to put you on his schedule. You don't have to wait for him to not show up. Not me, but all the other guys. And here's the best part, the corner. The corner's the hardest part to paint most times because you've got to take your brush out and you've got to stop what you're doing and brush the corners. Look at how simple and easy this is. Nice fluid motion. If the unit is nice and light, so you're not going to have any problems at all painting. How incredible is that?
Well, now wait a minute.
Yes.
Let's just recap what you just did
Yeah.
in like 30 seconds.
Yep.
This is perfect.
Louver
Okay.
doors are some of the hardest things to paint. And I think we were talking before, right?
Yeah, well, my sister, she called me and she said the painter wants something like $1,200
Oh,
to
forget
paint
that.
to paint 6. She black, like to read, and she said, you know what? I went and bought 6 new ones, like the plastic. And I was like, why would you do that?
Yeah, that's what everybody
You
does.
get 1 can of paint.
Yes.
But then you go, how am I going to? I mean,
then go for it.
Is this what you're going to try to figure out? You're going to spend more on the pans, on the rollers, on the brushes, on the gloves, on
That's right.
everything else than you'll spend on the paint soon.
Absolutely, no doubt about
That's
it. And watch
crazy.
how beautiful it paints this. Now I'm going to change the color. I'm going youthful
Okay.
coral.
Now what?
Why not?
I love that you know the names.
Why
My mom
not?
would always say my house is butterscotch, whatever it was.
Oh, yeah, you
And I
gotta
would
know
think
it.
that was so funny.
Yeah, it just makes you feel cool.
But now let's talk about this
Yes.
because even
Yeah.
if you bought all the brushes,
Yeah.
you couldn't get a great result.
There's no way because the brushes would get. Well, look, Skip tried to do this last night,
Aw,
and there's little
Skip.
paint drips all over the place. There's brush marks. Watch how cool this one is. Watch. Factory finish here, folks. The only way you're going to be able to get this is with a Paint Zoom, or if you bought it directly from the factory, and it's going to cost you more money when you buy it that way. If you want to change them over, like your sister or sister-in-law, this is what she would have had to do. And how beautiful and quick and easy. There's no mess, there's no frustration, and look what I'm doing. Who's smiling? I'm smiling. I'm smiling. Who smiles when they paint?
Like, who's
Nobody
smiling? Look at him. He's like, I'm smiling.
It's
but
almost,
think about
it
this.
feels so good to be able to do this.
So David Leon is here. He's a licensed contractor. He's a East Coast licensed contractor.
go.
So there's no bull here.
Nope.
He's going to give it to you straight.
I'm going to just show you how quick and easy it is. Here, glasses, of course, safety first, everybody. But you know what, Brian, you're right, because the cost of getting the material alone is one thing. Then you have to have somebody install it. There's no reason in the world why you have to have somebody help you install
Be the
it
weekend
when you can do
warrior
it.
you've dreamed about being.
Do it. Do your thing. So check this out. We're going to start off with the hardwood planking. So basically, I'm just going to push this trigger, plunge down. Done.
One piece done.
How easy is that?
There you go.
Now, we got regular molding. Check it out. Done. Simple, simple, easy.
You didn't have to buy a miter saw for that.
At all. At all. Plexiglass. Done. Nice, easy, smooth cuts. You saw how quick and
See how
easy it was.
straight that edge is? I
How
don't know if you can
straight it
see it.
is. It's 4,500 RPMs is what's going on here.
Because if you had a lesser saw or you tried to do that with a handsaw, you'd
You'd
probably
get bogged
shatter
down.
it.
You'd get
and
so
chip
bogged
the
down.
edges, something terrible.
Yep, you sure
Wow,
would.
okay,
You
now
get bogged-
this I have never cut before.
This guy, I'm gonna come up front to show
Okay,
you, just to
I'll get
show
out of
you
your
how
way.
cool it is. So now here's the deal. I tell everybody, this is the kind of tool that is gonna replace all the other saws that you have. It's gonna take the place of all these guys. Now I just wanna show you, check this out, right? Like Brian was talking before, this is, and I'm a righty, right? So look at this, I'm holding this up, and I can dance with this one. This is the difference between all of these. Money-wise, this is costing you so much less money than all of these. And you wanna talk about power.
Tell everybody what
Check
this is
out.
first.
So this is a saddle that goes on your exterior door. This is...
So it's like a threshold piece.
It's a threshold. So it could be either stainless steel or it could be aluminum. So check this out. Now, you're going to be able to, Mr. Camera Guy, you could probably, if you can get, I don't know if you can get lower, but if you can check this out and watch the blades go all the way through. Watch this.
Wow.
How cool is
Like
that?
a factory cut. Now that's pretty cool because most tools out there with that level of relief, going up and down. There's a million ways to get it wrong, but you need something that can power through it, that's safe. That again, it's safe because you can't lower the blade without you being in control.
Until you plunge it down. You can't do anything until this button gets pushed and it gets plunged down. Now, another great thing about this tool is the depth gauge. Now, I'm going to show you right here on this piece of tape here. So check this out. So a lot of items that you're going to be cutting are thicker. So you need the blade to go all the way down. So this is your gauge right here. This is your depth gauge. So I'm going to set it down. This is 1 inch. It goes to 1 inch. You lock it down, and then you're able to cut thicker boards. So what you can do is that you can set the gauge. Right now, I'm at a 1/2 inch, and you can see where my blade is at a 1/2 inch. Now, you can also go down to like a feather. You're talking about a 1/16 of an inch if you really wanted to. Lock it down, and you're done. Hey guys, I just want to show you my new favorite tool here. It's called a Roto Razor. I gotta tell you, this has been making my life so much easier, and especially with this depth gauge. See this depth gauge right here? So I can adjust it so that it's the size of a dime or up to 1 inch. And it's just by this little clip here. And the reason why that's important is because check out these pipes that were here. So we're going through with a regular saw, and you can see how close they are. So if it doesn't have a depth gauge, you're gonna go right through those water pipes. That's definitely not what you wanna do. So check this out. So this is we've been demoing this floor and we've been gutting this bathroom. Thank goodness for the Roto Razor. It's been making things a lot easier. But check out how easy this is cutting. Are you kidding me? Something like this, something that's handheld. I gotta tell you, it is really powerful. It's going through this plywood. This is 3/4 inch plywood. It's glued down, it's nailed down, it's going through the glue, it's going through the nails. This is a quality piece right here, and it's making my life easier. And it's Friday, so it's good to get out of here early, and this is making things better for me. I'll see you later, and check this out. Roto Razor, it's awesome.